Hello, guys. So this week we have a very special week as we have the energy of the holidays of light, Hanukkah, the new moon of the month of Capricorn according to the moon, and a very special week that is based on the chapter of Miketz, a whole story that speaks about Joseph the righteous that comes out from prison and becomes the right hand of the king. A whole story that presents how things can change for us from the worst to the best. And this is the name of this chapter that speaks about going out of darkness. That's the turning point this week, putting the end to the darkness and allowing the greatest light beyond logic to happen in our life. In order for such a switch to happen, we want to learn something about what happened in this story. There is a certain point that Pharaoh, that's the story on what we are basing, is having a dream. And he is looking for someone to translate, and it happened to be Joseph. And this is how he's taking Joseph out of jail. But what we don't know from the 1% story is the fact that Joseph, at that moment, before knowing that someone is going to take him out of jail, arrived to a point in his life that he's having the hardest moment in his life, the most painful moment in his life. Not because he's in jail, not because his brother hates him, not because of nothing exterior. The only thing that caused him a true pain was the fact that he can do so much more and that he can change so much more, and he didn't do it yet. Many times when we think about our pain, we might see that it's because that someone did something to us, and maybe because we cannot reach something that we want. If it will be the greatest job or position at our job, maybe a certain soulmate or a partner in our life, or to get married or have children or money or whatever. And we have pain because of that, because of something exterior. What we learn this week, and what with the power that we want to receive this week, is let's direct our pain to the right place. What is the right place? It's the point in which I am blocking the light from passing. Understanding that everything that happens in my life and all the pain I'm experiencing is happening because there is a point in my change, in my development, in my improvement that is blocking. Because of my ego, because of my fears, because of my doubts, I am blocking the light. And those are the places that it's painful for me. It comes out as a situation. Yes, like someone hurts me, or I cannot proceed in my life. But the truth is that the pain, or we want to direct our pain to the place in which we are not allowing the light to pass. That we are not changing in that point. This is where we should have the pain. And when we have like a tremendous pain, according to that, the thing that I'm not changing in me, this is when things will open. This is when the exterior pain will disappear. And this is when I will allow myself to open myself to blessings that are beyond logic. Because imagine the guy was in jail, and in 1 second it becomes like the right hand of the king. How come? But it can happen to each and every one of us, and it can happen to the world. From the lowest place in which we are today as a community, yes, and as an individual, in the places where we have pain, we can go out of it in a second. But we need to direct our pain not to the outside situation. We need to really, really be painful about the fact that I'm not changing in those specific points, in my fear, in my doubt, in pushing myself, in going out of my comfort zone, taking responsibility or commitment. Where are the points in which I am not revealing light? Those are the places in which I have to have pain. The beauty of it is when it's really painful for me. In those places that I'm not revealing the light, this is when I'm experiencing opening. And this is when things are starting to change around and really revelation of great blessings and lights are happening. This week, because of the energy of the portion, of the chapter of the week, because of the new moon and the holiday of lights, we have the great power, the great strength to see the roots of our pain and really increase our desire or increase our pain in those specific places. And in this way, opening ourselves to the greatest blessings. And as I said in the beginning, to put the end to pain and suffering in our personal life, and hopefully as a community to allow the change in the world. So 2 things. One, if we can write to ourselves the places when, the things that it's painful for us in our life. It can be global, it can be personal, or both. And then the question, so in which way I am not doing enough or doing the maximum that I can do in this period, in this life. And then feeling that pain of not like it would be good, but really to crave the change, to crave the movement. And in this way, things will start and open, especially this week. I want to say one more thing. This week, again, because of the holiday of light, the month of Capricorn and the portion and the chapter Miketz, which is in volume 6 of the Zohar, we can relate to prosperity and abundance. Because Joseph the Righteous didn't just go out of jail. He became the ruler of all the abundance in the world. Each time we're doing an action of sharing, we are using really the tools, the Kabbalistic tools, like using the Zohar and sharing. We are allowing ourselves to penetrate or to open that gate of prosperity. So one is I highly recommend to use the Zohar, especially volume 6 for prosperity. And the second thing, you can always consult with a representative of the center or a teacher that can guide you to a way to increase your prosperity and abundance, physical abundance, okay? Now I would like to read a short paragraph from the Zohar, as again, the letters of the Zohar is a bridge between this physical world and the infinite energy, okay? So you can simply close your eyes and allow this understanding to penetrate in you. וחד ברנש השתדל באורייתא וידבק בה, וכי להתקפה באילנה דחיי, דכתיב עץ חיים וגומר. ותחזי, כד ברנש יתקף באילנה דחיי, והי אלמה. יתקף בי לאלמה דעתי, דה כד נשמתין נפקין מהי, אלמה החיל יתקנת להוא דרגין, לאלמה דעתי. I wish you a great week, a great month, and a great holiday.